Yep, it's another one of those raging millennial videos, and so soon after the last one. I'm sorry, I guess I'm feeling a little bit more short-tempered than usual lately. But first, I would like to mention and thank our sponsors, GetTheTea.com. They make an amazing weight loss detox tea. It is definitely effective, let's just leave it at that. Cleanse you right out.
The world, as Jacques of the play by Shakespeare, As You Like It, might well be a stage, but it doesn't mean that we all need to conform to that paradigm. And so in this video, I want to address 2 points, 2 serious issues that I at least regard as serious, concerning YouTube and the general trajectory of YouTube, or at least is how it's been for several years, and in recent months has completely gotten out of hand by the lights of my perception, at least. Now, the first element is this element of entertainment and the level of fakery involved. Now, as you saw prior, someone who's very good at artificial presentation is Romy Millennial. I cite her because she's a very good example of somebody taking advantage of the system, sucking up the money from young, frankly speaking, thirsty men, and really just repeating talking points that were made 5 or 6 years ago in the public sphere of YouTube. And I think the shilling for weight loss tea is a perfect example of just how disingenuous she is. And so you can see through her very clearly. She's not a serious presenter of information, and you possibly could argue she's not even a real entertainer. She's just in it for the quick buck. And there are lots of these types of YouTubers. As we move on to more complex content producers, we might want to take Stefan Milieu as an example. Now, Stefan Milieu he's a strange guy. Everything he presents is in this thespian-like manner. The deep whispering, do you know what pisses me off? And all this other stuff. And, of course, over the years, he's completely shifted from sort of anarcho-capitalism, libertarianism, to what's effectively alt-rightism, or ethno-nationalism. He made a video not too long ago about why I was wrong about nationalism. Now, I do think that Stefan considers and is concerned with the data, and it has an impact on his worldview. But ultimately, I do think he's, by and large, an opportunist. I think it's not a coincidence, beyond presentation of data, that he recently swapped effectively to the alt-right. And that's because he has a huge chunk of his audience that belongs in the alt-right, as there are many defectors from libertarianism and anarcho-capitalism moving towards ethno-nationalism or what have you. And this is a principle that rules YouTube, opportunism, smelling the direction of the wind. And I think Stefan is exceedingly good at that. But what I find interesting about him is that he's red-pilled about certain issues, but won't touch other issues that I would argue are just as important, such as conventional notions of free will. And he's particularly hung up on strange things like spanking. I don't know. It's very difficult to tell, but I think you can tell that for the most part he is an opportunist. And so opportunism is just everywhere on YouTube. It's rife with it. And what are you going to do about it? But there is a greater issue. There is a greater issue affecting YouTube at the moment, and this is this nonsense. And it's really one example of many, but it's the primary example. It's nonsense, ongoing nonsense with Kraut&T and Jean-François Garipillet and some other people. Everyone getting involved in it. What is the problem here? It is ongoing drama for the sake of drama. Now, it's clear that Kraut&T has lost his mind. But, as I said in a recent talk with Teal Deer, there are very serious issues affecting the world, and in particular, very serious issues affecting Europe. And as much as people might enjoy the drama and the comedy and the back and forth, it is at times quite funny. But the reality is, on the ground, outside of where we live, there are many, many problems afoot. And so, inasmuch as YouTube content producers can contribute anything, be it information, knowledge, illustration, whatever, I think we all would be better served by disavowing this plummet into drama for the sake of drama. It makes no sense. And I'm saying that conceding that occasionally it's funny and it's amusing. I look at myself as a presenter of information. Sometimes I'm decent at it, sometimes I'm not so decent at it. Even though YouTube has always been a platform for entertainment in some capacity, it wasn't always characterized by this purely entertainment-driven element. And so I think we're really moving completely in that direction. And let's face it, drama for the sake of drama is just entertainment. There was a time when Kraut and T made decent videos concerning, I don't know, certain types of art in former communist countries, and openly talked about the problems of Islam. But he's gotten so obsessed, it's a perverse obsession with the quote-unquote alt-right, that he can't let it go. And people are feeding into that too. To be fair, as much as I like Jean-François Garipier, this is a very bright man with a huge database of knowledge in his head. I mean, he could make very interesting videos about neurology. And to be fair, he's always been that kind of takedown kind of guy. But I see it on his part as a waste of his own intellectual resources in a continual back and forth with the Skeptics and Kraut and T. It seems almost as if people on YouTube are watching the world burn around them and laughing about the parts of the world that are not yet burning. That's my impression. Now, of course, I will be accused of being too serious and too earnest, and perhaps it's an accusation that has some merit. Somebody needs to make an attempt at being serious in all of this. Somebody. This is not serving the collective interests of anybody, I think, and we have a huge problem with Islam in Europe. And there are other problems. And I think it's the only role we have in YouTube, and the only thing that we can do as YouTubers is to talk about these issues, provide information, evidence, perhaps even some new perspectives and analyses. But drama for the sake of drama is just that. It's a waste of time and resources. And all these things could be funneled in a different direction. I, frankly speaking, don't see the point of it. And I wish more people would just drop it. It's time to let it go. The Kraut and T saga has run its course. Let's all move on. Now, I'm not going to delude myself into thinking anyone will heed my words. I'm just a regular guy, nobody special, with a small channel. But it's something to consider. I wish Kraut and T would go back to making anti-Muslim videos, if that's what he wants to do, and talking about Soviet painting or what have you, and not delve into topics that he has neither an interest in, this is the important point, nor knowledge. And here's the thing, Kraut and T got involved in this not because he's interested in genetics, population genetics, or any of these things. He just wanted to engage in a game of one-upmanship with the quote-unquote alt-right. And now I hear he's going to move beyond genetics and move towards World War II, and everybody's favorite topic of World War II, the Holocaust. I don't think that's going to be very fruitful, and I think he needs to let it go. And the people who wish to continuously pour oil on the fire need to let it go as well. Anyway, that is my view on things. We can be entertainers on occasion, but there are huge issues affecting the world, and huge issues in particular affecting Europe. And I think we need to draw our attention away from the stage of YouTube and more to the stage of the world, and use YouTube as a conduit of explanation and analysis. And incidentally, when I suggest that, I don't mean that everyone do it my way or somebody else's way. We all have different talents and different approaches. But the general direction and the trajectory of things can be influenced in a positive way if people would make use of their unique talents and their unique skills and try to inform the world. And maybe, just maybe, we might have some small impact in the grand scheme of things. Drama doesn't accomplish this. And that's all I have to say on that topic. There should be more to come, assuming I'm alive. Until the next time, may the gods watch over you. Bye-bye. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you enjoy my content, please consider making a donation or becoming a patron. Thanks for watching.